This one comes from Mike and Deb. They are both 67 from Beaver. We're worried about outliving our retirement savings. What is a safe withdrawal strategy? What a great question.
All right, I'm going to take this one because in my book, I have a chapter called The 3 Most Important Interest Rates, because a safe withdrawal strategy is different for everybody.
That's right.
All right. First off, the 3 most important interest rates that you have to understand is your spend down interest rate, meaning what rate of return am I going to need if I take out a certain amount of money every single month? How long is it going to take at that interest rate to spend that money down to zero during my lifetime? Then I want to know what rate of return do I need to take the certain amount of money out that I want, but preserve the principal.
Gotcha.
And then the legacy rate is what rate of return do I need to take the amount of money out that I want, but still grow my money. Now, once you start to get that range, let's just say that range of interest rates is from 3 to 6%. Now you know where your target needs to be. How do you know if you're doing well? Most of you do not know what success should look like when you're doing a review with your advisor, because there's been no conversation around what success looks like. They might report to you, we did 10% this year, we did 20%, you did 5% better than the S&P. Sounds good, but is that what you need? Is that what your success number is? Once you understand those 3 most important interest rates, now it becomes very clear that even on a mediocre year, you could still be in line with what your success goals should look like by just understanding those 3 most important interest rates. And I would tell you, go to onthemoneyoffer.com right now and get a copy of the book. It's absolutely free. Like Rebecca said, we send it to you in a gold envelope. It's like Willy Wonka showing up at your house with a golden ticket, right? Read it, pass it along to a friend, but I promise you it'll change your life and give you a different perspective on why it's so important to have a good advisory team on your side.
And it's so important. Go ahead, Neil. I'm sorry.
I think to add on to that, the preservation rate is the rate that most people really need to understand.
Yeah.
Right? Because
protecting.
A lot of people, they get to this point and they think they need these massive rates of return.
Yes, they do.
In order to live. And when you show them the preservation rate, they're going, gosh, I only need to average 3% on my money.
Right.
And I can basically withdraw money and live very comfortably. Why am I taking so much risk?
Correct.
And, because the market has been so good, you're right. Nobody knows if they're doing good.
Right. Yes.
We just had this analysis, Ben and I, with some folks. They had a longtime advisor. It was a friend of theirs. And what was interesting about this firm is they had their last 10 years rates of return right on the statement. So it was a lot of clarity of what they've performed. And when we compared it to the S&P 500, they followed the market up by about 40%. But when the market went down, they followed it by 80%.
Wow.
So when you think about that, they were very happy because a year like this was 2024, the market was up 20-some%. They were up 10.
Yep.
So they have $1.3 million, earned 10%. They're up $130,000. They think that's great.
Right.
But the reality is they underperformed.
Correct.
And so, a second opinion is always valuable.
Well, and this is why you don't have to put yourself in a position like that, because a lot of our clients choose to bucket their money for one very specific reason. In order to be successful in the market, the one thing you need on your side is time, okay? So many people are being given advice today to start withdrawing money from their risk accounts. Now, risk accounts are volatile on the way up, but they're volatile on the way down, right? When they go up, they don't just go straight up. Yeah. You could have 1 month it's up 10. You could have the next month it's down 5, up 15. You follow me?
Right.
And most people typically will set up some type of monthly systematic withdrawal, which means that every month they're withdrawing money. So what happens on the month that the market is down and they're pulling money out?
Compounding your losses.
They're compounding their losses.
I learned that from you.
Even though the market may end up at the end of the year, but here's what they're doing. They don't even realize it. They are disturbing the compounding interest. So what we want to do with risk money at all times is never take income from it. You will destroy the compounding effect of that money.
Yeah.
You will slow down the growth of that money. And this is why so many of our clients choose to bucket their money, because we need to set up a foundation for cash flow. Once that's done, the remainder of the money, we want the majority of the money going in the market, but we want it to be 10-year money or longer, because we know any 10-year time period in the market, if you look at the charts, has the highest probability of always being up.
Interesting.
And to answer their question based on just the general rule of thumb, they say 4% is the right withdrawal amount. So if you had $1 million saved for retirement, they're saying that your first year, you should pull out $40,000 to supplement pensions and Social Security. Now, the challenge is, as time has gone on since that rule was developed, about 50% of the time, people are failing in retirement.
Yeah.
In fact, this talking head that I had spoke about earlier has said, take out 8%.
Right, because you're going to average 12.
Because you're going to average 12.
If the market stays up.
Yeah.
And
that's guesswork, right?
Right.
They fact-checked and ran some results from taking out 8%.
Yep.
And they said if you follow an 8% withdrawal rule, there is a 97% chance that you will fail. 97% chance you will fail if you take out 8%.
Let's rephrase fail.
Yeah.
That's a 97% chance you're going to freaking run out of money and be broke.
Exactly.
Okay?
Run out
Let's
of money.
call it what it is.
And that's
I'm going to tell you, that's a day.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you why it's a day. It's a day because it's not the day you run out of money that sucks. It's the day you figure out you're going to run out of money that sucks.
So true.
Right?
It's so
And if
true.
they got to
It's
bleep
tragic.
this out, they bleep it out. But I'm so passionate about it because these idiot big box firms have people convinced that this is the way to do it. It's not the way to do it.
Right.
It's not. Trust me, I've studied this for 25 years. And you're being given wrong advice. You have to have a strategy where you're bucketing your money and every dollar has a purpose. You've got to set up foundations first. None of us, including myself, can live and go into retirement without a consistent stream of income that's going to be there for the rest of my life. If I die, the rest of my spouse's life. I always want to have money in the market to keep pace with inflation. That is an absolute must. I want to put the least amount of money into an income annuity that can generate me a private pension. If I could get a pension from a company, that would be great. But as Secure Money Advisors, we don't have a pension, we have a 401k. But everybody in the company knows how to create their own pension. You see, the 401k is a great vehicle for accumulation, but it's a terrible vehicle for creating income. And every single one of you is given advice to just roll that 401k over to an IRA, diversify it, and keep doing the same thing. And the advisor typically says, when you need money, just call me, we'll start sending it to you. That is not a plan. That is not a plan. You have high probability of risk there. You got a high probability of running out of money. Go to onthemoneyoffer.com right now. Get a copy of the book. Look, don't procrastinate on this. I know it could be scary to sit down with an advisor and everything. We're not going to judge you where you're at. We want to help. OnTheMoneyOffer.com. Go there right now and get a copy of the book today. Go to OnTheMoneyOffer.com right now or call 888-382-1298 to schedule your complimentary retirement session.